Welcome, fifth graders. Today we're going to do lesson 11.7, estimate volume. The idea of today's lesson is to use a volume of one figure to help us find a volume of a larger object by counting the number of smaller items inside of that. We're going to start on the second page here, starting on page 676. We're going to start at the bottom. The crayon box has a length of 3 inches, a width of 4 inches, and the height of 1 inch. We need to find the volume of one crayon box. So if we look, we're solving this by taking 4 times 3 times 1 to find the volume, or if you counted that, it's made up of 12 little cubes inside of there. So it has a volume of 12 cubic inches. So one crayon box has a volume of 12 cubic inches. Then we look at the larger crayon box that has multiple smaller boxes inside of it. The box to the right holds how many crayon boxes in each of its layers? Well, if we look, we have 4 crayon boxes in each layer. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it holds 4 crayon boxes in how many layers? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 layers inside of here. So that means if there's 4 boxes on top, 4 times 5 is going to give us 20 crayon boxes inside of this larger box. So if we take our 20 crayon boxes and multiply it by the volume of each crayon box, which was 12, we will find the volume of the larger box that all of the crayons are inside of. So 12 times 2 is 24, and add the extra 0 for 20 gives us a volume of 240 cubic inches, or inches cubed. So the larger box that holds 20 crayon boxes has a volume of 240 cubic inches. So what we're going to do today is find the volume of a small item and then have multiple items inside of a larger box. And you have to find the volume of the larger box. Turn to the next page. Example question number 1. We're talking tissue boxes here. Each tissue box has a volume of 125 cubic inches. So each one of these boxes is 125 cubic inches. And then we need to figure out how many boxes are inside of it. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 boxes, and there's only one row of those 9 tissue boxes. So there are 9 larger tissue boxes, or the tissue boxes inside of the larger box. So we take those 9 boxes, because each one is 125. So that's kind of the idea behind it, is each box would be 125. So we multiply it by 9 boxes. 125 times 9, which is 45. 18 plus 4 is 22. And we get 1,125. And because we're talking cubic inches, that's what our volume is. 1,125 cubic inches for the larger box that holds the tissue boxes. Question number 2, now we're dealing with boxes of chalk. Each box of chalk is 16 cubic inches. And we need to figure out how many chalk boxes there are. Now, we can use volume, length times width times height, to solve how many chalk boxes there are. We know that there are 2 boxes across. It's 3 boxes long, And if you look down the word chalk there on the side, there are 4 rows. So we can take 3 times 2 times 4 to figure out the number of chalk boxes. 3 times 4 or 3 times 2 times 4 is 24. There are 24 boxes of chalk inside of our larger box. If each box has a volume of 16, we're going to take 16 times 24. When you multiply this, don't forget to drop your 0. And you should get 384, and it's cubic inches, or inches cubed. Number 3, the volume of a small jewelry box. So each one of those pictures there is a jewelry box. They have a volume of 30 cubic centimeters. There's only one row, and if you count it, there are 10 boxes inside of here. So we're going to take 30 cubic centimeters times 10 boxes, and you will get 300. So inside of the large box is 300 cubic centimeters. Number 4, Jamie is mailing a large box of donated books to a community center. The volume of each book is 80 cubic inches. The picture shows the number of books she put in the box. Jamie can fit one more layer of books in the box. About what is the volume of the larger box? So remember, when we're doing height, we're going to add one extra because it can fit one more row. So first of all, we know that each book is 80 cubic inches. Now we need to figure out how many books there are. Well, there are 2 books across and 2 books wide here. And for the height, there are 3 books right now, plus the extra row that they said she was going to put one more row in. So that's going to give us 4 rows tall. If we multiply 2 times 2 times 4, we're going to get 16. So now we need to take 16 times 80, because that's the volume of one book, and we have 16 books inside of the box. When we multiply this, we'll drop a 0. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 1 is 8, plus the 4 is 12. We're going to have 1,280, and the label is cubic inches, or inches cubed. Number 5, Anna is collecting boxes of cereal to deliver to a food bank. The volume of each cereal box is 324 cubic inches. The picture shows the cereal boxes she collected so far. A large delivery box holds 3 times as many boxes as Anna has collected. About what is the volume of the delivery box? So here's what she has collected now, right here. And we need to figure out, first of all, what's the volume of that? And then we're going to multiply it by 3. So to solve this, we need to figure out how many boxes of cereal has she already collected. This is 3 boxes long and 3 boxes wide and 2 boxes tall. 2 layers of that. So 3 times 2 is 18, or is 9, times 2, 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18. There we go. So we have 18 boxes here. And we know that each box is 324 cubic inches. So we're going to do 324 cubic inches times 18 boxes. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3 is 19. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Drop a 0. 1 times 4, 1 times 2, 1 times 3, add that up. And we should get 5,832 cubic inches. Now that's how much she's collected so far. Now we have to go back here and it says the large box is 3 times that. So we need to multiply this by 3. And when we do, we get 17,496 cubic inches. If you turn to the very last page of this lesson, Marcel estimated the volume of 2 boxes below using one of his books. His book has a volume of 48 cubic inches. Box 1 holds 7 layers of books, and then box 2 holds 14 layers of books. Marcel says the volume of either box is about the same. Is he correct? So let's look at this. We know that this one has a height of 7, and box 2 has a height of 14. So we need to figure out how many books fit in each box. And because he's using the same book in both boxes, it really doesn't matter what the volume of each of the books is because it's the same. We just need to see which one holds more books. Box 1 has 2 books wide, 4 books long, and 7 books high. So we can do 7 times 4 times 2. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 times 2 equals 56. Box number 1 will hold 56 books. Box number 2 only holds 1 book wide, 4 books long, and 14 books high. If we take 14 times 4 times 1, 14 times 4 is 56, times 1 is still 56. Book 2, or box 2, holds 56 books as well. Because both boxes hold 56 books, does Marcel's statement make sense? Yes. Because both boxes hold 56 books. Question 7 in the blue box down at the bottom. A pack of folders has a length of 5, a width of 12, and a height of 1 inch. The pack of folders will be shipped in a box that holds 12 packs. Answer the true-false statements down below. Does each pack of folders have a volume of 60 inches? Well, length times width times height, 5 times 12 is 60, times 1, the volume of each pack is 60 cubic inches. We then take the 60 cubic inches times 12, and when you do that, 6 times 12 is 72, add the 0, the volume of all of the packs is 720 cubic inches. If the box would held 15 packs instead of 12, would it now have a volume of 1,200? Well, 60 times 15 is 30, would more be 900 cubic inches rather than 1,200. So that statement is false. That ends today's lesson. You want to flip over to your homework here. For your homework, all you need to do is figure out how many boxes are inside of the larger box and then multiply it by the volume. So if we look, what you're just going to do is say it's 2 boxes wide, 3 boxes long, and 4 boxes tall. You multiply that, that will tell you how many boxes there are inside of the larger box. Take that answer times 500, and you will find the estimate for the larger box. You will do all questions on the front, 2 through 6. When you flip it over to the back, do the same thing here. Number 3, we want to find all the different ways that we can make rectangular prisms, having a length, a width, and a height for 16 unit cubes. So come up with all the possible ways. Obviously, you're not going to repeat one, but all the different ways we can make a rectangular prism using 16 unit cubes. If you need help with that, you can look back into the previous lesson or the earlier lessons. And I think we did 16 unit cubes in that lesson. Number 5, an aquarium holds 20 gallons of water. 20 gallons equals how many quarts of water? So that is quarts. Think Great American Amusement Park. Think horse to fly or fly to horse. And think about the spinning cues in the Great American Amusement Park for that one. Number 6, we're doing 5-kilometer race for Monique. How many meters did Monique run? We're doing 5 kilometers, and we want to turn that into meters. You want to do King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk to figure out kilometers to meters. Great job today. If you have any questions, please reach out. Have a great day.